There's something darker within you, not the typical image of a fiery demon with horns, but something much more dangerous, something you felt before, something deeply human. It's that rage, the anger that bubbles inside when you're disrespected, the fire that builds in your chest when life doesn't go as planned. It's that part of you that breaks relationships, makes you act out, and makes you weak. But you keep feeding it. But what if I told you there's a way to control it, to silence it, to walk through the hardest trials with unshakable calmness while the world falls apart around you? Miyamoto Musashi, one of the deadliest men in history, did exactly that. He wasn't just a warrior. He was a force of nature, a machine of battle, wrapped in quiet. He fought over 60 duels, life or death, without ever losing. Not because he was faster, stronger, or more skilled, but because he had mastered his emotions in the heat of battle. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the story of how one man defeated anger and became a legend. And today, you'll learn the path that he walked. 1. Anger is the puppet master. Let's be clear, anger doesn't give you strength. It gives others control over you. Every time you lash out, every time you lose your temper, it's a sign that you've been played. Musashi understood this. He realized that anger wasn't strength. It was a chain that made him predictable, controllable. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "It's not the things that disturb you, but your own judgment of them." Think about that. When someone gets under your skin, they're not just controlling your emotions, they're controlling your actions. Musashi mastered this early. He trained himself to remain still, no matter the insult or provocation. He stayed emotionless, not because he didn't feel, but because he refused to be a puppet to his feelings. True power isn't in how hard you can hit. It's in how impossible it is for someone to provoke you. The day anger was defeated. There's a story few people know. When Musashi was still young, he faced off with Arima Kihei, one of the finest swordsmen in Japan. Arima was confident, smug. He expected Musashi to come at him with a sword. Instead, Musashi walked up carrying a wooden stick. Arima mocked him, taunted him. Most people would have snapped, but Musashi didn't. He just stood there, observing, waiting. When the moment came, he struck quickly, decisively, and killed his opponent without rage or emotion, just cold execution. Musashi didn't fight with anger, he fought with awareness. He didn't let the world control him. 3. The blade of the mind. Musashi didn't just perfect his swordsmanship, he studied the mind. He wrote, "Do nothing which is of no use." Anger, when unchecked, is useless. You think it makes you strong in an argument? It just shows everyone else your weakness. It makes you predictable, and your enemy will already know how to win. The mind is like a blade. If you let it rust with emotions, it becomes dull. But if you keep it sharp, calm and controlled, it cuts through everything. 4. Why you get angry and why you keep losing. Let's make this personal. Why do you get angry? Someone insults you. Life feels unfair. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Here's the hard truth. You get angry because you believe the world owes you something. You think people should respect you. You think things should go your way. But Musashi would tell you, attachment is the root of suffering. He didn't expect anything from life. He lived in solitude, embraced discomfort, and trained not just his body, but his soul to be untouchable. No expectations, no anger. 5. Training the void. Musashi's greatest practice was emptiness. You don't beat anger by yelling into a pillow or punching walls. You beat it by training your mind. Musashi embraced voluntary hardship. He slept outside, ate sparingly, and avoided fame and wealth. He knew comfort made the mind weak, and a weak mind is easily triggered. Start small. Cut one comfort from your life. No sugar, no social media. Whatever it is that makes you uncomfortable, eliminate it. You'll realize that most of your anger was just disguised entitlement. Musashi would sometimes go silent for days while training. He taught himself to observe without reacting. The next time someone insults you, don't respond. Just watch them. The shift in power is instant. 6. The ego must burn. At the core, anger is nothing but ego. You don't get angry because the world is unfair. You get angry because your image is under attack. Someone insults your pride. Someone challenges your worth. Musashi understood that ego is weakness. The more you feed it, the more fragile you become. Musashi's answer was simple: kill the ego. He didn't care for approval or recognition. He didn't care for his reputation. He didn't seek validation from anyone. His true power came from having nothing to defend. When you stop needing others' approval, you stop being provoked. Anger loses its power because there's nothing left to protect. 7. The final duel, Musashi versus Kojiro. Musashi's final duel was against Sasaki Kojiro, a man known for his speed and elegance. Musashi, unbothered, arrived late. Kojiro was furious. He was already off balance, mentally unprepared. Musashi, calm and calculated, used a wooden sword. Kojiro, in his fury, rushed to strike. Musashi didn't react. One blow, and Kojiro was dead. That's the power of remaining calm in the face of anger. Musashi won because he was impossible to provoke. 8. Musashi's way, the modern code. This isn't about pretending to be a samurai. It's about detaching from emotions, training your mind, and living with precision. If you want to stop being angry, stop reacting. Start watching. Start detaching. Stop expecting. Stop screaming. Start sharpening. Remember, the quieter you are, the deadlier you become. The ultimate lesson from Musashi is this: when you're no longer afraid of discomfort, when you stop needing others to behave how you want, when you face death and laugh at it, there is no anger left. Only stillness. Only power.